Guys, we got an excellent business update from NIO themselves, providing us some insight about the operations of the company, how everything is going here in China. So this is, of course, about the 2025 Spring Festival report, Power On report, with over 130,000 power swaps in a single day. The total mileage exceeded 620 million kilometers of all the NIO owners driven. So relying on Power Swap, you can easily travel thousands of miles a single day. Users' footprints during the Spring Festival are all over the world. Total mileage of 624,872,468 kilometers of all the NIO owners combined. It is equivalent to 15,592 laps around the Earth. 1,888 NIO owners have driven more than 5,000 kilometers during this Spring Festival. 78,204 users have a single day mileage of more than 500 kilometers. Relying on NIO to swap the power, you can easily travel thousands of miles in a single day. More users only use NIO to charge and swap at the swap stations throughout the whole process. So the whole journey for most people was more than 3,100 kilometers. A lot of people have made this trip. The single amount of power swap reached a new high of more than 130,000 times in a single day. During the entire Spring Festival, NIO provided owners with 1,716,746 power swap services, an increase of 44% year on year. A total of more than 100,000 times in a single day in 12 days. So cumulatively in 12 days, consecutively over a 12-day period of over 100,000 swaps every single day. And this has saved 1,630,908 hours of charging time if you were to charge. And it is calculated with saying that to charge it takes 60 minutes. So that's how many hours were saved from swapping. So in January 25th, ushered in the peak of returning home before Spring Festival. The total number of swaps in a single day reached 119,848 times in that day. The return peak to go back to the big cities was on February 3rd. The total number of swaps on that day reached 136,720 swaps. On average, in 0.6 seconds, a car will start and get a swap, and they'll be done with a swap. Every 0.6 seconds, there's a swap. Users who swap the most times, a total of 84 swaps during the Spring Festival for a single person. So one person swapped 84 times. So that's quite a lot. Some of this one NIO owner went to 64 different power swap stations in 28 cities. So very, very crazy. During this period, in order to meet the needs of users' holiday travel, NIO provides flexible battery upgrade services of 21,903 times. So renting a bigger capacity battery from you have the 70, but you swap into the 100 and you can drive further and swap, and you can swap fewer times. So there were 21,000 upgrades. Wow, very, very, very interesting. 11,233 NIO owners shared their long-lasting battery packs. So what this is basically, if you own the 100 kilowatt hour battery pack and you're not really going to use it, you can choose to lend this out to someone else in the swap station, and someone else will be able to use that battery, and in return you gain some NIO points, and that's absolutely fantastic. So this has, of course, helped more NIO owners conveniently enjoy their journeys. Changing electricity, swapping is, of course, the first choice. High-speed power swap is more efficient. Power swap is the preferred power method for NIO users to travel. So 83.2% of the electricity that NIO owners have been getting on the highway comes from power swap. So if you do the math, that's about 83.2% NIO owners on the highway, go for swap. The number of highways to power stations has increased sharply. They have provided 446,259 power swap services on the highway during this period of time. High-speed power swap network covering 9 vertical and 9 horizontal, 14 large city clusters. So all major highways pretty much have swap stations on them, with an average of 190 kilometers between every swap station. This is very, very interesting. So some of the top swap stations, the G15 Shanghai Expressway, they had 64 swap stations along that highway, and that highway has generated 4,556 orders per day. So that's pretty insane. The top busiest swap stations, the S26 highway got 183 orders per day for that swap station alone. That's pretty insane. So in order to meet the surge in user demand for cross-city travel during Chinese New Year, the flexibility attributes of power swap has been perfectly exemplified. NIO dynamically deploys in-station batteries. They added 538 battery packs in the highway swap stations. So some of these swap stations, they don't actually have like the battery storage isn't actually full. All right, it depends on the usage. So some stations, if they're very busy, then of course they'll put a lot of batteries in those stations. So this is very interesting. From placing an order, queuing to completing the power swap, the whole process takes 9 minutes and 16 seconds on average. So of course this includes the lineup time. So very interesting. On average, 9 minutes to get full power, all right, from placing the order, parking the car, swapping, and then getting out, and including any sort of lineup time. And that's very interesting. Compared to last year, the speed increased by 11.86%. So time was reduced by 11.89%. Very nice. So overall, right now, let's take a look. They have a total of 3,107 swap stations across the country. Among them, 964 are on the highway. And of course, they have 25,436 charging piles. 80% of that business is for non-NIO vehicles. And of course, NIO also has 1.19 million third-party chargers that are not NIO, but everybody that owns a NIO can also use. So absolutely fantastic business. NIO Power is definitely extremely underrated, and this is one of the biggest things about NIO is their infrastructure is just tremendous. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.